Hey there. What's up? What's up? I kind of did this on a whim, and I know there will be 0 viewers at this point because nobody even knew that I'm going to do this. But let's see how many people will join upon receiving some notifications. Right? Who has a bell set up for my streams? That's going to be interesting to see. I don't think there will be too many people, but maybe some will join later. So once again, good evening, everyone, and I'm double streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So if you are on any of these, feel free to drop something in chat, and let's do some fun. Northern Chimp, welcome in. Now I see that you have notifications on for my channel because you could not have stumbled upon this stream so randomly because not even I knew that I'm going to do this right now. Zoran as well. Good evening. Good evening. Let's put something here. Actually, one. There we go. Not sure if my bot works today. Can we test my bot? Alejandro Garcia Lopez, welcome in. Hi there from Spain. Hi there from Croatia. PewDiePie's video is still in my wishlist list. Yeah, I actually saw it. I mean, I to be honest, I have no clue who PewDiePie is. Honestly, I have never seen not even one of his video. I have heard of him many of times because you simply can't hear about such popular YouTubers, but I never really had any reason to go to his channel. He doesn't speak about Linux, not until today, that is. Not today, but last week. So I had like 0 interest in his channel, but he did make a Linux video, and I also put it on my wish list, a watch list. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it later. And today I was like, let's watch it on stream and see what is it about. I only heard of him. Nick K says hi back, Nick. A couple of millions, not couple of millions. He has. Can you let me just see if I can switch to my. He has 110 million subs, so not a couple of millions. It's more like 110 couples of millions. Yeah, so pretty popular dude. I only ever watched one of his videos just to see what Northern Chimp saw reactions to his video rant. I did not. How many here are shy introvert? I am introvert, like 100% introvert. The thing is, I can really talk to the camera. I have no problem with this, but with real people, that's a bit of an issue for me. Like in the in a real company of actual people, nah, I just watch people and listen to what everybody's talking about. So you can count me in. I wouldn't necessarily classify as shy. I'm not even sure what that means. Shy. It's debatable about what that means. He wasn't a Linux tuber until now, at least. Northern Chimp. Yeah. Do you think he will continue Linux tubing? I mean, I have heard that he actually made a good video, so I guess we're going to find out. How many of you are here? Eight concurrent viewers. That's fine. That's fine. I think we can click play and see what this is about. These headphones won't really work with this head, but I'm gonna try to hold them with my hands or something. This can go down, whatever. Let me know if the volume of PewDiePie's video is too low, too high. I don't know. I just placed it on roughly 60%. I think that's going to be perfectly fine because my mic is not that amped up anyway. Let's give it a try. Can you hear this? Just give me a...
You little cat. Oh, you poor boy. You disgusting little thing.
Disgusting little thing.
Oh, what happened to you?
Computer?
Oh, look at yourself.
That's the
You're
camera.
this blob from I have
Just
no
a bit
mouth
louder.
and I must scream. Oh, who did this to you? Was it Windows? Oh,
Is it
Mac
the volume
OS?
fine now?
Oh, don't worry. I can save you. Install Linux.
Install Linux. Which
What if I told you you can look like this? Anyway, let me start this up.
which language is he speak? I mean it's English, but is he Native American or what? He speaks. I don't know. His speech is that doesn't sound Native American, or he's pretending to speak in a funny way. Shy, comparative adjective, shyer, having or showing nervousness or timidity in the company of other people. We'll get that. We'll get there after the video. Swedish? He's Swedish? Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I have had no clue. I told you I have never seen any of his videos. I mean, I have a Croatian accent as well, so of course I'm not speaking fluent English, but...
Off by saying I am not a tech guy. You saw my PC building video.
No, I did not see your PC building video.
I'm surprised the whole thing hasn't exploded. It's like sitting next to a bomb every day. But what you did see was 0.5 seconds of the video where I installed Linux on the thing, and a lot of people just went, what? Some people seem surprised and confused.
Some ordinary gamers, PewDiePie is using Linux was not on the bingo card, to be honest. Yeah, I actually watch some ordinary gamers, dude. He has some interesting takes that I enjoy watching, like the ownership of video games and stuff like that.
Something possessed him to put Linux on it.
Some people were excited. At the time, I didn't know the power that I had. I
Yeah,
was like a
Mutahar,
baby
I know.
with a rocket launcher. For years, I have been tortured by Windows. But now,
By Windows.
alas, I am finally free. I escaped the Windows cave. I saw the sun.
He used the what was her name from the Overwatch video game, the one that the angel one from previously.
The shadows are gone. It blinded me for a moment. And now I'm speaking to you in the cave. Enough reference. Okay, so I'm gonna yap about Linux for as long as this video
I like the video
You're
editing.
gonna listen. I want to start off by going through the reasons why I switched to Linux. It's different for everybody. Number one is how backlit this shot is. Number one, Windows talks to me like I'm a baby. Now, mentally, I might be, but that does not warrant. You want Candy Crush? You want Candy Crush on your computer? You want to use Bing? Yes. Are you sure you want to delete that file? Are you super duper sure you want to delete the file?
The Candy Crush reference, I actually can. I actually can relate. I would remove the bundled applications and video games that come with Windows 10, and then the update to the next version of Windows 10 would come, and it would simply reinstall everything back. I mean, what?
That's how it talks to me, and I don't like it. Linux, on the other hand, literally puts a gun in your hand and says, "Do it. You're God now." My first sort of aha moment when I installed Linux or started using it was, wait a minute, it does exactly what I want it to do. And there's just a really powerful feeling about that.
I think there are a lot of memes on the internet about rm-rf / like deleting the entire system with one command, and how this is bad thing like you can delete your system with only one command and it will not stop you, and you're going to crash your system. Yeah. So
I do want to show you guys my setup as well. I will get into that. But first, reason number 2. As an epic minimalist, the bloat. The bloat is real. It always bothered me. Anytime
what is it about the word bloat with the anyone younger than, I guess, millennials? I mean, I fit into the millennials simply by the date of my birth, but I feel more like Gen X. Lux is the night of freedom. Yeah. What is it about the word bloat? Why is it so popular among the whatever internet population today? I know what it means. But why is it so popular as a word? Because, for example, if you catch my latest video when I said Arch is unnecessary, no matter what your opinion is, but there was a comment in there telling me that Flatpak is bloat. In a lot of scenarios, people drop a word bloat when something is installed that they don't need. So of course it's bloat, right? I have OBS installed on my computer and someone else doesn't need OBS and he calls it bloat. Yeah, I understand the reference to useless software, but for example, Flatpak I wouldn't call useless. It's either you like this delivery method or you don't like it. It's not bloat. It's not mandatory. It's either you use it or not use it. It's not bloat. It's
I install a new Windows, I spent like an hour trying to uninstall all the pre-packaged BS
yeah,
that I
that's
don't
me.
want.
That's
Windows
me.
is like, I know you paid $100 or whatever for me, but
I did not.
I'm still gonna put ads in here. Yes, put a little AI in here. You want that, right?
The ads on Windows, I never really felt that was a real thing. To be honest, people kind of overreacted on that one. But bullshit stuff like Windows 11 and the what do they call the thing that comes from your left side and has all of the widgets and Bing and weather and MSN news and I don't know. It takes like a half a gigabyte of RAM just to load up. Drop me a yeah, that's my bot. That's my new bot.
Right? That doesn't benefit me. It's for you, the consumer. Bing!
For you, the consumer,
It
yes.
doesn't benefit me that you use Bing, but please use Bing.
Use
Microsoft
DuckDuckGo.
is an annoying suite, apparently. With Linux, nothing. Serenity. Peace. Don't even get me started on...
Yeah, that thing here. What is that? What is this shit? I mean, I have disabled this on every family computer that I could find, but what is this shit? Who asked for this cube here to show up on your computer? What is this for? Seriously, what is this for? I'm not even going into the AI direction and the what is the name of their thing that snapshots your desktop. This here, bullshit.
Windows taskbar. You control what's on your computer. Duh, it's obvious. How is this not a thing?
It's for
Reason
extra
number
bloat.
3, customization. I discovered this afterwards.
Customization.
Customizing on Linux is a beautiful thing. On Windows, you can maybe change your wallpaper, change a little bit of colors, whoopity-doo.
Actually, quite a few people throughout my Linux life asked me what Linux looks like, and I'm always like, whatever you want. The bot is a little bit spammy. I'm gonna have to tweak that.
On Linux, you can change reality itself. Since Linux is built modular, you can swap out your GUI entirely. You don't even have to use one. You can cut off the head of Linux and it'll still be like, hey, I'm here, what's up? Customizing on Linux is called rising, and I got way too into it. I cooked hard. I can't wait to show you guys.
Let's see
Now,
that.
reason number 4, gaming. Gaming on Linux is finally real. I actually installed Linux 15 years ago. That's right, I'm old. And I uninstalled it after like a couple days, as a lot of people do, when they realize, oh, I can't use the things I need on Linux. And for me, that was gaming back then, because it's like, well...
I'm gonna be honest, the gaming part was also one of the reasons why I did not use Linux for a while. And the Proton thing actually got me really good back into the thing. Beautiful Apple exclusive effect. I don't know what you mean by Apple exclusive effect, but the gaming part definitely. I know it was born from Valve's failure to sell the Steam boxes, so they came up with a lot better solution. But I'm super grateful for where we are now. Like literally, I have no reason whatsoever to run Windows for video games or for anything. To be honest, the video games that still insist, or actually the developers who still insist that their games are not going to work on Linux simply because they said so, well, they can find another buyer. That's my attitude now. We have so many thousands of compatible video games with Linux that 10 more games, more or less, I couldn't care less. You just heard about this? I'm not sure what I heard about.
Then what's the point? But now, gaming on Linux is real at last. So
I like the video
came in
editing.
like Gandalf in Helm's Deep,
Yeah,
riding a Steam Deck with Proton. So I think this is a perfect example how Linux benefits everyone. The fact that Valve as a company recognized maybe Microsoft has a bit too much power. If they wanted to and started being shady, locking things down, taking cuts, they absolutely could. And it's not like it would be uncharacteristics for them to do. So Valve started improving gaming on Linux, boosted driver support, and they built on what was already there from open.
I'm pretty sure that Valve started with gaming on Linux when Windows 8 came out and the Windows Store for the first time. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Gaben got a little bit, I wouldn't say frightened, but worried about Microsoft potentially trying to take away the, from Steam. They could have, but Microsoft is very, they are very disorganized inside their own company, right? So they have this thing called Xbox, and they had it good. The hardware is perfect for something that's console. The operating system, absolutely excellent as a console. But they don't have a clue how to run that business. They literally are running it into the ground without even realizing it. Who else here is the dev? I don't know. Linux tubers have been pawning over Mr. Pew since he put out the video like a month ago or so. Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to see the video.
Open source software like Wine. By doing this, Valve benefits, consumer benefits, ecosystem grows, win, win, win. It really feels like an alternate reality. This totally could not have been a thing. And it also makes me realize just how many things can be better if people just weren't so greedy. Can we just fix them? So thank you, Linux, and thank you, Base Gaben. Now I've gone through the reasons why I switched to Linux. Let me just explain why maybe not switching is a good idea. Because everything good comes with a sacrifice. If you're swapping
Highlander?
to Linux, you'll likely have to give something up. I don't know what it is, but for me, It was Photoshop. I used Photoshop, again, for 15 years. All the shortcuts, all my workflow, it's all baked into my brain. The way I use
Yeah,
Photoshop. I don't think about it. It's just, here's the thumbnail. It's not beautiful, but I get the job done. Unfortunately, Adobe is a garbage company and their software just won't run on Linux. A lot of artists are jumping ship. They don't want to use Adobe anymore because they realize it's a terrible company. Me as well, I thought, you know what? It's time. I'll swap over. I know the open source alternative is GIMP. I've heard about this forever. And I thought, you know, it'll feel good. I'll feel good leaving Adobe. So I'm ready. I go to their website, I click through the 1,000 pages, I crawl through the bushes just to find the goddamn unsubscribe button, and I was so ready. I was gonna be like, you Adobe, just unsubscribe. You know what happens? You know what happens? They hit me with an unsubscription fee.
What?
Yeah. They hit me with an unsubscription.
Cancellation details include early termination fee. There will be an early termination fee of, what is that, Australian dollars? Charged to your Visa? What the hell is that? What is an... I mean, I could assume what... I don't get it. Why would they charge him with a termination fee? Ahmed, I know that this guy sounds like a normie to you, but he's actually very influential and can actually make Linux more popular. I did not assume anything about PewDiePie, like being or not being a normie, but so far he's making very good points. And also the 110 million followers is a very, very good, not very good, but amazing number to advertise the freedom of GNU/Linux to a lot of crowd. So I very much appreciate this guy doing this for whatever reason he's doing it, right? But already in the first 6 minutes, he is making some really good points, which I cannot disagree with any of them. I think it's an early contract exit, but what's the price of the contract? I mean, I have seen people use Photoshop. It's like 20 euros per month or something like that, like if you pay monthly. So how is it that, what is the termination fee that charges you 3 months of Photoshop? Yeah, Adobe doesn't allow you to subscribe in the middle of the duration without charging. Yes, he's still alive. I existed too early. Isn't the Adobe suite all cloud now? He must have switched. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know.
Fee. Yes. Those. I'm sorry. What? I have to pay to not use your software. It was like 65 bucks or something. It's insane. What the f? If anything, it just made me realize, okay, it's over. I'm never going back. So like I said, the open source alternative is GIMP. GIMP! And since this is Linux, open source, you can do whatever you want. I downloaded this icon pack that changed the icons so they look like the Photoshop icons. That helped a little bit. Then I downloaded a shortcut command list that matches the one on Photoshop. Boom, made it a little easier. You know, I'm still not 100% used to it, but the fact that I can do stuff like this really helps. For me, personally, a worthy sacrifice. I hope this doesn't sound like copium, but genuinely, it feels good that I was able to move on.
I mean, from his perspective, he uses Photoshop pretty much in the same way I use it, so it's not really a high... you know what I mean. The requirement is not, the bar for requirement is not that high. Yeah, he doesn't even, the GIMP is overkill for both of us, definitely. I was wondering why was he even using Photoshop in the first place and paying for it. I mean, why would you pay for Photoshop to use it for thumbnails? Maybe I'm an outlier or something, but for my entire life, I used GIMP on Windows, you know, so whatever. Linux is perfect for people like me who their special interest is computing, XGUI4 Studio says. Okay. He is not a power user of Photoshop. Of course he's not. He's a YouTuber.
At the end of the day, some tools are only gonna work on Windows and only gonna work on Mac, but what you gain on Linux is so much more. Freedom. Join us. I'm just praying that Adobe is not just gonna show up one day and be like, there's another fee. I'll meet them in a dark alleyway. They'll be like, it's a little fee. Now that I've convinced you to swap to Linux, you have the wonderful choice of picking a distro. Yay, so many.
What he put here, Arch on the beginning and then Debian. Okay. Fedora, what is that? Breesite? Orsite or Breesite? I never heard of this one. What is this? Gentoo, Mandriva, which is dead. Linux Mint, Kubuntu, OpenSUSE, PC, Linux OS. Why is this here? Why is this here? Red Hat. Actually, why is this here? Why is Red Hat here? Sabayon? Okay, what is Sabayon, guys? What is this? Am I out of touch or something? What is Sabayon? Slackware, okay, for the win. Slacks, I don't know about Slacks. Ubuntu, Open Mandriva replaced Mandriva. Two of them replaced Mandriva. Open Mandriva and what is the other one? There is another one, but I forgot. The world #1 YouTubers' videos are stamped made with GIMP, becoming interesting. Mageia, Ahmed is right. Mageia is the other successor to Mandriva. So yeah, Mageia and Open Mandriva. So pick your poison. I believe that Open Mandriva is a little bit more into being a spiritual successor to Open Mandriva, but to Mandriva, but they're kind of their own thing. That list is at least 15 years old. Yeah, I agree.
Many of them. I hear people going like, I don't know which one to pick. What do I do? There's so many. Just pick one. It's a wonderful thing that you can choose. Don't you understand? The world is your flavor. Look at all these spices. I went with Mint because it's the same one that I installed 15 years ago, and I knew that it was beginner friendly.
I don't know who uses Vim. Here in chat, I don't. Stallman, the Church of Stallman here, Emacs.
And that it still holds up. It very much feels like Windows, just better, okay? You don't even need to touch the scary terminal. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's okay. You should though. Now, let's jump into my computer really quick. Oh, look at that. I'm recording with OBS. Open source is always the best source. Couldn't get Bandicam. They didn't have a Bandicam. I gave their pay.
Yo, what's up, Mike Rec? Resumed learning Vim. What's funny about that? I don't use Emacs. I just Visual Studio Code. All the power to you as well. Anyone is free to choose whatever tool they want in the land of the free software.
For that. There's like free versions everywhere. That's so much better. Okay. All right. So this is the terminal. You probably heard about it in Linux. Feels a bit strange in the beginning. Let me just show you how it works. But first, wait. Oh, yes, today's sponsor. 3, 2, 1. Wrong! G Fuel! Wow, look at ASCII art. I love it. Beautiful PewDiePie tub. Right now, you get a free PewDiePie shaker cup, which is an amazing deal. If you order $50 or more, highly recommend. It's a great deal. This is probably the best deal you're ever gonna get with G Fuel. Please take advantage. I genuinely mean that. You get the booty shaker free, and third.
I mean, we are using his videos, so I guess we might as well pay with watching his ad.
33% off all PewDiePie
I'm
products
not gonna buy
if
G
you
Fuel,
use the code PewDiePie.
Okay.
This is your final chance. Only get this deal for 7 days, so take the chance now. Don't wait, please. Brofist, thank you. Go to G Fuel.
Mike Rack, I'm actually learning to edit in Obsidian. Obsidian? Edit what in Obsidian? as Vim keys are kind of universal, I like the idea of removing barriers between me and my writing, and that's the next step. Skip.
.com/PewDiePie.
Creative writing.
PewDiePie 32%
okay.
off. Thank you, GFills, for sponsoring
Blank,
this video.
blank, come on,
so
gamers.
this is my desktop. I called it Apollo, and then I have my laptop, which I called Dionysus, because I wanted to mess around with it. Dionysus is the one I really went hard on the rising. But I just wanted to show some terminal commands really quick, just so you get an idea how it works. I talked about this in my last video, but the first thing that really blew my mind with Linux, I just noticed my computer was booting kind of slowly. So I found this command called systemdanalyze, and it tells you exactly how long it takes for your computer to actually load and what part takes a certain amount of time. And it used to be like 45 seconds. I was like, dude, this is terrible. So then I found another command called blame, and then you can see exactly what part is kind of slowing down your system, which got me into like really...
I'm genuinely surprised that he went this far into his basically Linux introduction video to his audience. This is already like 10 steps advanced to whatever any normal user will be able to comprehend. But kudos to him for having a way to present. Is it normal to get YouTube ads during your live stream? Oh, you're talking about my ads. Yeah, I mean, you can skip them if you want. I still want to know what he changed in his Firefox. Let me just check if I can kill the ads. Stream. I don't think I can at the moment. Cancel. Yeah. Let's not tinker with that. Showing terminal to noob is a bad idea. It will scare normies. I don't think he has a problem with that. What PewDiePie changed? I mean, what launching issue he's got? He did not have a launching issue. He just presented how you can analyze which service takes how long to load. So I assume the next thing he's going to disable some services, so his boot is going to be faster. I would want, but it made me want to check out some of the stuff he tried. C Matrix is cool. I think scaring normie is a bit fine. He just said you don't have to use terminal in some distros. Of course you don't.
Optimizing it exactly.
So he
it's terrible. So then I found another command called blame. And
yeah, so you can do this command, systemdanalyze blame, and it will just blame the services for the amount of time required for you to wait for your OS to boot up. It's not a big deal as a command if you are already a Linux user, right? But if you are a new one and still afraid of even launching the terminal, this may be too much for you. I'm not saying anything. I'm just, you should definitely announce your stream in advance. Yeah, Alexei, sorry about that. I just kind of jumped in. I felt like doing it. I installed Arch again. I still don't know why. What the user work stuff is they enable by default. Blank. Oh, you the cat guy, the cat in the avatar, right? I'm not sure if I can see your avatar. I'm in the yeah, the cat avatar guy. Nice to see you here. Or maybe YouTube played me dirty. User work. Dart, I really love Void Linux. I'm thinking of try. Ahmed, you said that you love Void Linux and then that you're thinking of trying it. Can you repeat what you just said one more time, and then read it back to yourself? I'm just trying to. You like Void a lot, okay? My PFP is a character from Tuho.
And
Let's
then
go
you can
down with
see
it.
exactly what part is kind of slowing down your system, which got me into like really optimizing it. And I had so much fun doing that. And it just made me realize, just like on Windows, if my computer is kind of slow, you just kind of deal with it. It's like, oh, okay, well, what can you do? On Linux, it's like, the world is your oyster. You can fix it. Personally, I like that kind of stuff. The second thing that blew my mind with the Linux terminal was just how fast it is at searching. Searching on
Ahmed, go ahead and try it. I was just trying to make a joke on your direction of, you know, how you said it, that you love something and that you're thinking about trying it. If that's not funny, then okay. It uses run it init. It isn't based on anything else. It's rolling release and independent. Oh, you mean Void or Nix? Isn't NixOS very political? I think it best to avoid it. In the don't X GUI for Studio. Don't. That's my advice. Don't cloud your mind with the stuff that doesn't matter. I don't know if I can say it any better. Just don't give it any airtime. Like, if the politics is not your thing, just, you know, put it on ignore. For example, if you have a chat room and a troll comes in, or maybe a forum, and the troll comes in, and you don't like what he's writing, so you start arguing with him, and he gets your full attention. So he wins. He wins because you're giving him your full attention, and maybe some other people as well. So he's in the spotlight. He's the main character. You know, you have willingly given him the spotlight. That's how trolls win. How you can win over trolls is by putting the ignore on him, like he doesn't exist. Same thing with the type of politics that you don't like. Just ignore it, like it doesn't exist. Linux is free software. You can use it. Nobody can stop you. DistroTube posted a video the other day, pretty mad about politics stuff. It was obvious to me, at least. Pretty mad. I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't see that video. Oli Studio says, "Don't feed the trolls." Yeah. Don't feed the trolls is a known statement, but I meant the you know, when somebody tells you that this operating system is political, right? You just ignore it. Don't give it any airtime. If you like the software, just use it. It's yours. Once you download it, it's yours. It's no longer theirs. You know, it's yours. You agree what DistroTube said? I'm gonna check out his video later. But the dev can put malicious code on the distro or cancel you if they... How can a developer of the software cancel you as a user? I mean, is he going to make you disappear from the world, or... I'm just asking.
Windows is so annoying. It takes forever. Sometimes it doesn't even find the file, even though you type the name of it perfectly. And a lot of times they just Bing it. They're like, "Oh, you want to search for your file? Oh, maybe no. Actually, you want to look it online.
You want to look it online. Yeah,
no.
I know.
Linux, you can find any file, whatever you want. This is searching all JPEGs on my computer. That's a bad example.
Also, if you learn regular expressions, then you can legit find anything on your Linux operating system. Like, really. If you want to learn regular expressions, you can check out my videos from the last Sunday and the one before that. They are highly educational. I'm not kidding. They're really good. 5 hours each. I like their personality and personal beliefs. I think just ignoring the devs for the most part is the best move. Like their personality. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Windows 11 start menu is the bane of my existence at work. Hello. Who typed the comment? I didn't see. Elpic, Iceblade. Oh yeah, thanks Iceblade. He was about to just completely leave Linux and go to FreeBSD, but the only distro that satisfied his needs was Void Linux. Who, DT? DT was going to leave Linux? Really? Gulag spyware, by ignoring it, you also accept their behavior. You can just ignore it if you want things to change. You can't just ignore it if you want things to change. Ahmed, I can only read what is above my head. I'm reading from this screen. DT didn't move to Void.
Example, actually. The other thing that I love about it is that you don't have to just search the file. You can also search text inside the file. So let's say you forgot what the file is called, but you remember roughly some stuff inside it. You can grep it and bada bing, bada boom. What the hell is this? Spotify password text. Balls deep. I did not do that. What? Searching files on Linux is super fast.
I actually like this guy. I mean he's treading the humor line really, you know, like he has a suit and a necktie, like really nicely. I like it. I don't know who they are talking about. Blank, he says. Yeah, I wouldn't expect DT to move beyond Arch Linux. DT is making his own distribution based on Arch Linux. I mean, not. He is customizing Arch Linux and making a ready-to-use ISO with his customizations. I mean, he beat the YouTube game. Of course, he's good. Yeah, definitely. DT uses Arco Linux, but Arco Linux stopped. But DT claims to be using DTOS. If we are going to be precise about what DT uses, it is his own customization of Arch, but he does call it DTOS, and he is making ready-to-use ISO images of his customizations for you. So I'm okay with accepting it as a DTOS. Spotify passwords is a bad password list. Clara says, did we just see all his passwords in plain text? Yeah, balls and stuff.
Made me realize what password text.
Did you read his passwords?
Balls deep. I did not do that. What? Searching files on Linux is super fast. It made me realize just how it should be on a computer again. The most obvious thing with the terminal is that, let's say you install the operating system and you need to...
Ahmed really wants me to read his message. I know someone who has specific criteria for his OS. No systemd, not a fork, no corpo behind it, and binary based. He was about to go FreeBSD, but Void Linux was the only distro that satisfied him. Okay, that's why we have enough choice for everyone. I'm not complaining. There is plenty of choice, like 200 distributions. XGUI Studio, I suppose his friend or somebody.
Also put all the programs that you want to use on it. Usually you have to go on the browser, Google it, look up their page, go to their download page, dodge all the fake ads and all that crap, and do that and install and run each one, wait for it to install, yada yada. It takes forever. On Linux, you just go sudo apt install, what do we want? We want VLC, Firefox, OBS Studio, boom, thank you. And now I can sit and look at the screen and feel like I'm a hacker.
I need to comment on this. The way he installed software, right? It is a really normal way to install software on Linux for the past 35 years. So since the very first distribution. I don't know about Slackware, how it started on day one, but I'm pretty sure that Debian already had a package manager in place. Like in 95 or whatever. A month ago, or so. I was at work, and my wife called me on my mobile phone and told me that she urgently needs to borrow my computer in order to remotely connect to her own work computer, which is currently on in her office, and she needs to do something remotely for somebody who is in the office right now, and she needs what was it? Not TeamViewer, but the other one. What's the other popular one for remote access? Give me a hint. The one that people usually switch to after not being able to afford TeamViewer. AnyDesk? Yeah, AnyDesk, that's the one. So she asked me if she can have AnyDesk on my computer, but she doesn't use Linux. And on the phone, I just told her my password so she can log in to my computer, and she needed AnyDesk. And I gave it a thought how to get AnyDesk on my computer without... I was in the street. I can't remotely connect to my PC, but I just had to give her a hint on how to install AnyDesk in the least painful way. And I thought about it for a couple of seconds, and I was like, okay, click the black icon in the taskbar. You'll get a terminal, and type flatpak install AnyDesk. Press enter. It will ask you something, just confirm it, wait a little bit, and then run it from the start menu. And that was it. AnyDesk installed. Okay, that's not what he's showing. PewDiePie is showing the apt repository from Debian or Linux Mint, or maybe Ubuntu, whatever. But as I said, one command, and my wife got AnyDesk completely functional in one command. And then she asked me after her work was done, like, how is it that she installed AnyDesk in such an easy way? Usually she would have to go to the AnyDesk webpage, and she actually went to the AnyDesk page like automatically, but didn't quite understand how to install it on my computer. And it was kind of intertwined, but then I explained that Flatpak has a central repository of a lot of software and stuff like that. Followed it, LOL. I'm not sure what Alexei means. Flatpak, Flatpak install, yeah. So yeah, pretty good, Linux
yes,
is
I know
awesome.
what all of this means. Every single letter I'm soaking in with my brain. There's so much you can do with the terminal. It's insanely powerful. I can make a whole video about it, but I don't want to keep this too long-winded. And in reality, I just want to show you my rise on my laptop, to be honest. That's the
Let's
whole
see
reason
what
I'm
he
making
rised
this video.
up.
I
We can
had this
talk
old
politics
laptop.
later.
I mean, it's not
Gulag.
that old, but I just never used it because I didn't really like using it. I mentioned before there's many distros of Linux, and I wanted to try one called Arch. Partially because of the meme. It's kind of become a meme because it's a little difficult to install Arch. So it's like a flex to use it. For some reason, I went on a god run and I had no issue. I always get stuck on the dumbest ever for like 12 hours. I don't know what happened that time. But I also wanted to download Arch because it's a minimalist distro. Whatever you put, or at least 90% of it, is there because you decided to put it there. And it's also very highly customizable, which are two elements that I love. So I knew I was going to love it.
Look at the time. It's
all right, let's
when...
go into my laptop. I think it makes sense for me to show it without any customization first because it just be confusing, and I need to talk to people that
Ahmed, no, it's fine.
Used Linux. My first favorite thing, which I have on Mint as well, is just shortcuts on my keyboard to open programs. Open terminal, open file manager, open browser, close it, whatever, it's all there. It's such a nice workflow and have a more keyboard-centric
He's
way
no
of
longer
using
in
your computer,
Cinnamon.
especially on a laptop.
He switched to
but
something
even in
tiling.
general, you know, the whole like, okay, let me click on the start menu and just find the thing. If I don't have it keybind, I can open Rofi.
Oh, he is in Cinnamon.
And just search for it and open it. I don't want to over-explain things as well, but yeah, this is my terminal on this setup.
Tiling window manager with
and this is NeoFetch, which
Cinnamon
shows my specs. And usually people have an ASCII art. It sounds like I'm saying ASCII. Ashy, I'll call it Ashy, of their distro. And if you saw my Mint one earlier, I was like, oh, it wouldn't be cool if I do like my own custom Ashy. And then I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I do my own animated Ashy? So I figured out how to do that. It took a little bit of tinkering and schminkering, but it's just so nice to look at. I love it. So I'm running Hyperland, which is this beautiful tile manager. It automatically sorts it for me whenever I open something. This
I'm
is
just
such
trying
a
to
nice workflow.
figure out which window manager this is.
You can literally open these until infinite.
Actually, he may
when
have
you're on a
shown
laptop,
it
when you
in
have limited
his,
screen space, it's such a great way to work with it. The fact that they're always there means I never have to look for them because I know they're there. And if my workspace
Hyperland,
is
okay.
full, I can look at this.
Or i3.
Swap to another one. This is workspace number 2 and workspace number 4.
Let me just see. Where were we? 15, 15. Okay, let me just rewind to his... yeah, it's Hyperland, yeah. It says Hyperland right here.
Yeah, it's a great way to wear. And if my workspace is full, I can look at this. Swap to another one. This is workspace number 2 and workspace number 4. I've been recording OBS from here. Let's say I'm working on a project on workspace 1. I can then work on another thing on workspace 2 and go back and forth vice versa instantly. I love this way of using a computer. It's so sick. The first thing I really loved about this Arch Hyperland setup was just how quick and smooth it looks, at least. You know, like boom, oh, open. It's so nice.
Massive
But then I open
out.
my browser and it's like, oh, you see that? Ew. Again. Oh, that took forever. And it loads so ugly. So my first thought, okay, well, maybe I can upgrade my SSD to make it snappier and quicker. But then I thought, I'm on Linux. I can do whatever I want. So let's run a time here, Firefox. Let's ignore the CSS errors.
He knows the time command.
A bit too much. Don't worry about it. What was that? 2 seconds? Huh? Not good enough. So I figured out a way, and it's so dumb. I won't explain how I did it. But the fact that I was able to do it, boom, instant. Boom, boom, boom. Boom! I love it. I love it so much. It's these small things that makes you really fall in love with using Linux. Anyway, the first thing I customized was Waybar. Oh, I forgot.
So he did not explain how he preloaded Firefox. Too bad. Too bad. Okay, he got Waybar up.
I forgot to say I can move around as well if I want to. Anyway, and move them to a different workspace. So yeah, this is my taskbar. It's like the Windows taskbar, except you decide exactly what's on it and customizing it. I put calendar, turn it on and off, internet, Bluetooth, quick access to all these things, you know.
Bluetooth,
I really enjoy this as well. It's
Japan,
basically just
VPN,
tells me if
okay.
I'm connected to NordVPN or not, and I can toggle by clicking on it, and it tells me which country I'm connected to. Up here it shows which workspace I'm using.
Sleep.
Since I have these reactor in the background, I thought it'd be cool to like LARP as if each workspace was each reactor. I'm on reactor A, there's reactor B, C, and D where it's recording OBS. Then I have my battery bar, which is ASCII. I keep saying ASCII, which is ASCII R.
Is it not ASCII? I mean, I say ASCII as well. So that sounds about right to me.
I got the volume. And you know, look, if my volume goes too low, it gets red, it's critical.
That's not funny.
Just to really LARP the whole nuclear reactor UI. To me, it's cool. I like it.
Preload tool?
Right, the second
Zoran,
thing
okay.
I did was making widgets with ew. Ew was a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. Let me also change the wallpaper really quick. One second. All right, so this is my desktop. Let me play some music actually.
I'm gonna... what is leftist? Lol, he doesn't like the word. I thought it was funny. I don't care about this stuff. I was never really into desktop widgets. Usually I have a lot of stuff maximized, especially when I'm on a laptop. And so I don't really see what's on the desktop, not even the wallpaper, right? So that's kind of useless. Well, wallpapers are nice, but I only see them for a second when I boot up and never again. He really customized that stuff, but it's quite not usable for normal people. Well, he is a normal people, so if it's usable for him, then then it's fine.
So first I added this visualizer because I just saw a lot of people doing it. It's using Kava, but I changed it again with Ashy. So it looks a little more matrix and
Luminous 7. We agree, yeah. On a laptop, the screen is usually that small, so you would usually have stuff maximized. But on the actual PC, I don't know. Maybe I'm old and don't have that sharp eyes anymore, but I use. I have a 4K screen set on 200%, so it's basically a full HD screen in terms of usable space, right? But it's also 42 inches. So imagine that.
Here we have my uptime, just how long it's been running, and how much until my battery is out. I should probably charge my laptop.
That's
CPU
a waste of
should
CPU time.
probably change, cool it down a bit. All of this is, it changes, it's not just like visual flare, well it is, but CPU load, which changes, RAM usage, storage, this tells me which works based on.
If he disabled
right
the uptime timer being so active,
power consumption,
maybe he will
completely
get his
useless, but
CPU
I
down
needed it to look
cooler.
cool. And then we have my two fans for CPU and GPU, and then this little spinny fan thing to show it. Upload and download, latency, and
that's
then
for Gulag
just another
Spider,
VPN thing. It's
custom
kind of
PC.
And then basic weather. And then finally, to make it sort of all work together, I added a script that basically scans if I'm using a window. So if I open or close, it sort of transitions in and out of Waybar because I don't need.
Guys, you are still into the politics. I mean, fine. I don't mind. It's up to you what you're going to type in chat. It's your account to use however you see fit. But I'm trying to explain that you are using a lot of energy on perhaps a wrong thing. If you find joy into thinking about these topics, then it's good. It's all good. Don't mind me. But maybe you could use this energy to learn SED instead. You know, Linux Stream Editor. I'm just saying it's a better investment of time.
It on both. That's just like too much information in my opinion.
Immediate
So this is on my
meltdown
desktop.
because
This is a
of
nice
the
vibe here. We just chill over here, and then when I'm in workflow,
because
it
of the
blackens it all
Hyperland.
out, and I can just get going on my schwingy thingy. Oh, and in the middle here, my
reactor
I
sleep.
forgot to say it has power profiles, my laptop, so I thought it'd be cool to change them. It's silenced, balanced, or power mode.
Zoran is correct.
But I
Listen
changed
to Zoran.
it to Razgon, which means overclock. You see my fans are spinning, and these are faster as well because the fans are spinning more. This is so sick to me because I'm remembering what this laptop used to be running Windows. I never wanted to use it. I hated it. Now it went from a hardware that I never used to my favorite piece of hardware because it not just looks great, it runs great. I love it. It's so sick. I had so much fun customizing this. It was just a blast. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it as well. I've been doing so much more. I built this camera as well. Like I mentioned earlier, you can communicate with Linux even without a graphical user interface, GUI. That made me so excited because I'm like, wait, that means I can use other computers at my disposal. For some reason, to me, that's just like really cool. And I wanted to try what I could do with it. I want to show this in another video maybe because I feel like it's too much yapping.
I skipped.
But my point is, I've been having so much video. For some reason, so excited with more. I built this camera as well. Like I mentioned earlier, you can communicate with Linux even without a graphical user.
Is that a Raspberry Pi or something?
Show the hacker.
Sorry.
Just tinkering, messing around, feeling like a hacker. But I gotta be real as well. Linux is not perfect. There's a lot of issues. A good example is, again, my laptop. When
Alexei thinks he's a Raspberry Pi with camera mode. Yeah, that's what it feels like, yeah.
Worked. Actually, sorry, 3 out of 12 worked out of the box. So I had spent a long time bringing them back to life. For me, it was kind of fun. I was like, oh, got another one working. Like, okay, let's move on to the next one. But I can imagine for a lot of people that just want things to work, you know, maybe this is not for you. And
I really love his video editing skills, if he's the one who's doing the editing. But it's quite good. Like, fairly minimal and not a high effort editing. You know, like not exactly professional, but really attractive to the viewer.
maybe it should work, you know? I think since Linux is not as popular on desktop as Windows or Mac, this is just the reality. There's just not enough support for it. On Linux, if something doesn't work, it's kind of up to you to fix it. And yeah, that's just how it is. I was trying to update my drivers for my GPU, and I got a black screen 6 times, and I had to do a hard restore every time. It's, you know, not the most fun thing in the world. There are other things I could rather
I suppose he uses NVIDIA, but okay.
be doing, which is why I need you to install Linux, so the more people we can get together, the better Linux becomes. And I get it now. Like, that's why people were so excited about me using Linux, because Linux is not a product, it's a platform. And
He got into art recently and became an incredible artist in 1 year. A lot of people envy him. He uses AMD graphics? Really? What's there to upgrade the drivers then? Why do you need to upgrade the drivers on the AMD card? XGUI4 Studio. The reason I talk about political is that I don't like people called me named. People called you a DNS server. Yeah, I mean named is a DNS server. Like I am a Nazi when I'm not. No, nobody is a Nazi. They don't exist anymore. They all died like 50 years ago. But laptop, I'm not sure. 9070 XT. Require a bit more I can't catch up with all of the chat. Learning Linux is all about willpower. Yeah, it's not really difficult to learn, but you must have the will to learn it. Yeah, imagine you're coming to some Linux stuff and dropping politics bombs. It's easy, just stop caring.
it also already exists everywhere. NASA, SpaceX, it runs on Linux. All the supercomputers.
Was that girl necessary?
NASA, SpaceX, it runs on Linux. All the
Was this really necessary in the Linux video? Very cringe.
supercomputers, your TV, your smart fridge, your phone if it's
I don't have a smart fridge, so sorry about that. I like my fridge to cool things, not to communicate with anyone. Just cooling engine, nothing else.
It's Android, it's all Linux, baby. I think it's just so cool, the fact that this all happened because one Finnish guy in like the 90s just decided, hey, I can write
91.
a better kernel. Finnish naivety, typical Finnish behavior. They think they can do anything.
Iceblood says reference to supercomputer, the anime girl on screen. I still don't get it. Ahmed says, I already don't care, but I just wish if people stopped bringing up politics when I talk about distros. Ahmed, I told you, you have the power to suffocate the conversation about politics simply by ignoring it. If you don't respond, then the other person who brought it up is going to shut up because nobody is answering his, you know, Ahmed, if I would ignore every message of yours on my chat, eventually you would stop coming to my chat, to my streams, correct? If I would never answer any of your questions, if I would completely ignore you, you would stop coming. Is that not correct? That's how I made you. That's how I would make you go away. I would not call you names. I would not engage with you. If I don't like you, I would just ignore you, and you would be. You would have no other thing to do but to go away. You know, that's how it works. Just think about it.
Anything. But without that, you know, things would have been very different. At least there wouldn't be an alternative. And I just think it's so cool that people saw what it did, got excited, and wanted to join in. So please consider joining in. Now, if you're even just a little bit curious, I recommend trying Linux. Maybe try dual booting it if you're not sure. You can still keep your Windows or whatever. You're gonna kill it later. You might as well kill it now. Test it out, break it, get upset. On Linux.
I really like how this video is ending. Like, check out Linux dual boot. If you have to break it, kill it, it doesn't matter. Make it not work. Install whatever, pull packages that you don't need, see how it behaves, see why it behaves, kill it again, reinstall it 15 times. It really doesn't matter. It's all the part of the learning process.
I feel alive at last, at long last. Thank you for watching. Let me just type out my goodbyes. No.
Okay. Is my PC hacked? No.
Did you put your shirt on?
We're not watching that. Okay. Just make sure to make backups while breaking it. No need for backups because you are a new Linux user and you don't have anything on your computer that needs to be backed up just yet. You know, you're trying to learn how it works. You're trying to learn how to install stuff. You're trying to, you know, you're trying to do the thing that just kill it, just run it over. You know, you use a computer that you don't need. Maybe if you used Windows up until now and now you're trying to dual boot, then you're probably going to need to back up some stuff on your Windows before you even attempt to dual boot with Linux, because you might slip and press the wrong button and allow Linux to overwrite your Windows partition. That could happen easily if you're not paying attention. No user was found. You into drones. Recently was one interview with Russian engineer talking about his drones and warfare. Cool to watch. I was recently thinking about making my own drone, but I'm kind of into too many hobbies. Every new hobby that I do requires a lot of investment into research. And yesterday I kind of dug my head deeper into some new hobby that I have, and it's going to take a couple of years of my life for sure. What did Alexei said? Backups are for the weak. Real men never make mistakes. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm still crazy impressed how PewDiePie went with all this, although I don't know if that's normal him or not. As this is the only video of his I've seen to date. That's fine. That's fine. Was that spam on Twitch? Did I see spam on Twitch or something? I don't care. Arch and WM is not window managers. You mean is not a beginner? Arch is a really easy distribution. If you break things, you can always reinstall. That's what PewDiePie was talking about. You can just break it. You should break it. That's what he was telling you, right? You should reinstall it. You should invest a little bit of your willpower, little bit of your energy, of your life energy, right, into the learning and you know, switching. It's anything is beginner if you're brave enough. Anything is beginner if you're brave enough. I'm not sure what that means. What was the biggest Linux clusters you managed? I don't manage too many clusters. Archie's hard to use reputation is a little bit undeserved, at least today. I love how you're so chill. Why wouldn't I be so chill? Where's the fuss? Beginner means different things to different people. A better term would be just works. Let's see if I can do something here. Virtual machines. Okay, so these are my virtual machines. Create a new virtual machine. Local, install media, browse for the Arch Linux ISO 1 gigabyte, choose the volume, Arch Linux, okay, forward, let's give it, I don't know, let's put some crazy number. 4096, how many CPU cores? I don't know, let's put 3 cores and be stupid like that. Forward, how much gigabytes of disk space? Let's put 100 gigs. Enable storage, forward, PewDiePie, Arch Linux. Okay, customize. I think I need to put dashes here. Customize configuration before installation. UEFI begin installation. Record just like that in famous Athlon. I just wanted to quickly install Arch Linux just for the just for the sheets of it. The one you could unlock the 4th core. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The burner Athlons. Press any key to enter the boot manager menu. No bootable option or device was found. I did something wrong in the configuration. Shutdown, force off. Yes. What is it that I configured in a wrong way? Boot options. Data CD-ROM. Apply. Arch Linux. Apply. Sorry, I had to drag it because the screen is too small and the apply button is down below. Let's try now. Proper Linux experience. Now this is proper virtual machine experience. Press any key to enter boot manager. What did I do wrong here? Guys, what am I doing wrong? I'm not even, I didn't even start booting up the Arch installation. Arch Linux SATA CD-ROM boot options, SATA CD-ROM. I don't think the other matters at the moment. And enable boot menu, start virtual machine. Making mistakes is how you learn. I suppose so. Let's see if it boots now. It does not boot. Force reset. I made the BS UEFI. I pressed F1. So that's my VM BIOS, device manager, boot manager, UEFI DVD-ROM. Is Streamlabs a bot? Yeah, it's a bot. Can't find my ISO. I did something wrong, haven't I? Let me see. Look, SATA CD-ROM. It's here. Let's try like this. Force off. Let me remove CD-ROM. I can't fit this entire window here, sorry. I need to drag it on my other window to push some buttons. Add new hardware. Should I try Open Mandriva? Yeah, go ahead and try it. Storage. CD-ROM, SCSI. SCSI CD-ROM, Arch Linux. Let's see if SCSI can boot. Virtual, where's the boot order? Here. SCSI CD-ROM, put it up there, apply. Let's start now. Does it work now? No bootable option or device was found. What, guys, what I'm doing wrong? I'm kind of puzzled about this. Let me force this off and just try something funky. Let's pick up Debian installer. Apply. Sorry, I have to do that. Run Debian installer. It's too complicated and cumbersome. Look, Debian boots up just fine. So it's something about Arch Linux not booting on my VM. Force off. SCSI CD-ROM. So I just pick Arch Linux ISO. What's the difference between these two? Choose volume. Let me just see if there is anything SSH. I'm going to SSH into my virtual machine host just to check the permissions on these two files. I'm typing too fast. Virtuals sudo ls. So Arch Linux actually has too many permissions compared to Debian, but that's not a reason for it not to function. I don't get it. Permissions are fine. Why wouldn't it boot Arch Linux? Get the normal ISO? What's not normal about this one? It's fine. You want me to get a different ISO? Arch Linux netboot. VM images, I don't want that. Mirror sites, Austria. Arch Linux. Just re-download. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna download the latest version. Copy link. Zen and Florp are way better than LibreWolf. LibreWolf by default gives me everything I don't want from my browser, so I only use LibreWolf for streaming and nothing else. Just for these streams. By default, it's set to forget everything when you turn it off. So that kind of suits me. Why not a VM image? I want a normal installer. I want to pretend to installing this on a laptop. Okay, Arch Linux. Let's change permissions for the Arch R, C, H, asterisk. What? Why doesn't this command work? Okay. Should be fine. The new one. Refresh. There we go. New one. Let's press apply. Play. No bootable option or device found. I think I'm doing something wrong. I'm a bit puzzled by this. We're going to install Arch any moment now, but even if that means that I'm going to pull the actual laptop out and install on an actual laptop. Failed to start boot EFI internal shell. Okay, let's kill this machine. Let's kill this machine entirely and make a new one. The resolution is too low. PewDiePie Arch Linux force off. Delete machine. Delete. Sorry you can't see it, but here it is. I sure want to delete the storage. PewDiePie, yes. Okay, let's make a new one here. Let's do it one more time, but slower. Architecture fine, local installed media, Arch Linux here, choose volume, okay. Arch, this should be perfectly fine. Forward, CPUs, 100, forward, Q, customize configuration, finish. GNOME should be avoided at all costs. You don't like GNOME X GUI Studio? KDE Plasma is the ultimate customization options. No, that's incorrect. I have two monitors here, and they have completely different resolutions. They have completely different GUI scaling percentage, and they have completely different physical size. So the way they are physically aligned, I want them to align perfectly on my desktop environment. You know, when you drag them in KDE Plasma with your mouse, you want them to align in a way that when you drag your windows from one to another, that it transfers perfectly. You know when they're not properly aligned, you go to the edge and it appears somewhere here on the other one that's not aligned properly. And my rightmost monitor is really low. It's almost at the bottom of my main monitor, but not exactly. It's like this, just a little bit, and I can't pull it up in KDE just a little bit. I can pull it up, and the first step is here. I can't go lower than this. If I go lower, it snaps to the end. In Hyperland, I can tune it by pixel, 1 pixel at a time. That's customization. So no, I will not accept that KDE is the ultimate customization simply because it's not allowing me to align my monitors. Just my opinion here. Look, Q35, that should be fine for any machine. UEFI, secure boot. What is MS? Microsoft FD, I don't know what FD is. Usually I just pick the UEFI, it works fine with Debian. Let me just press apply, I don't have to press apply. SATA CD-ROM again, but I don't know if this matters too much. I can make it... I can make it BIOS for Arch Linux. Maybe Arch Linux will like BIOS better, at least in the VM. Let's begin installation and see how it works. No, now it works. Okay, I suppose... I'm not gonna suppose anything. By the way, what I'm going to install is I'm going to use Arch install script simply to... can anyone start a stopwatch? What's the best stopwatch on the... can I use time as a stopwatch? Time watch time. Will this work? Let's kill the process. 5. All the studio started the stopwatch. Okay, good. Continue doing the stopwatch thing. Arch install. Just from the perspective of a completely new person, correct? Arch install, language, English, locales, US English, mirrors. No need to tinker about that because we have no clue what mirrors are. Disk configuration, partitioning, use best effort default partition layout. Let's do that. Let's press space. By default, it offers Butterfile system. Okay, I don't know what Butterfile system is, so let's just go with default. Would you like to use Butter for subvolumes? I don't know what subvolumes are, so I'm gonna answer yes. Would you like to use compression? It's marked as default, so I suppose it's good. Let's go back. This encryption, I don't know what that is. Looks, it kind of picked it for me. Suppose we have to pick it. I'm just pretending, but it's... I'm trying to press the enter key as much as I can without thinking too much and see where it leads. Let's go back. Swap. What is swap? I don't know. Let's press no. Bootloader, something called grub. Okay. Hostname, Arch Linux, fine. Root password, password. Okay. Password. Okay. User account, add user, Dart, password, password. Okay. Should Dart be a super user sudo? I don't know what that is. I said yes. Confirmed and exit. Profile. Type. I don't know what profile is. Oh, now it's asking me to pick a desktop. Let's go with which desktop do you guys want? Alexei an hour. All right, maybe a day is more like it. Which desktop should I choose? I don't know any of these. This is all brand new to me. One is called Awesome. BSPWM, Budgie, Cinnamon, Cutefish, Deepin, Enlightenment, Gnome, Hyperland, XFC. Alexei said XFC. There is also Hyperland. Hyperland like PewDiePie, Cosmic. Is there Cosmic here? There is no Cosmic. One of the most commonly used passwords online is password, yeah. So Alexei said XFC. Choose something, guys. 1 vote for XFC, 1 vote for Hyperland, 1 vote for Cinnamon. Do more. We're choosing the desktop environment. Hyperland profile is lame. Installs Dolphin with half of the KDE. Okay. Okay, xfce it is. Where was it? Xfce, no, not sway. Okay. Type of the graphics driver. Okay, let's do the graphics driver. What is that? Good. Open source. Okay. Greeter, light, DM, fine, back, audio, no audio server, pipewire, pulse audio. Let's pick one. Kernels, Linux, fine. Network configuration. Use network manager. Okay. Additional packages. Should I use network manager? There was copy ISO network configuration to installation. Which one should I use actually if I am a new user? Admin. I'm done with the desktop swapping. I stick with KDE. That's fine. Learn. What do I choose? What do I choose here? I set my password to yes when like install a package. Just press yes for password and another yes for yes lol. Do we use network manager on the xfce or just copy ISO network configuration? Let's just use the default without network manager. Additional package, I don't know what that is. Time zone, UTC, that's fine. Automatic time sync, yes. Save configuration. Do you want to save? Yes. Install, yes. Okay, it's doing something. I actually went through the arch install script a couple of times, so don't worry about me pretending the way that I was pretending, but it's really a good way to get something done with your system without really having being forced to read through the Arch Wiki, right? So Arch Wiki requires literacy. It requires you to be able to read and comprehend the very easy to understand wiki, which will tell you what to copy paste as commands, and you will need to be able to copy paste. If you can't, then Arch Wiki is not good for you, and you're going to have to use the Arch install script. 5 minutes, 6 minutes. We did spend a couple of minutes on choosing the desktop, right? But that's a part of the installation process. I will not pretend that the new user will not stop at that point and give it a little bit of a thought. Have a pulse, can read. I don't know, Clara. Some people can't read. Expecting a lot from Gen Alpha. Is Cosmic ready for daily driver? XGUI Studio asks. The answer is no. You can beta test it if you want and report bugs to the developers and help them develop it if you want. Iceblade can't read. That's why I don't use a password manager as well. Don't need to read. The AI will do it for me. Definitely. So guys, the Arch thing is installing itself. What do you know? Cosmic Alpha 7 is fairly stable, but wouldn't use it on a production. It depends on what you expect from your desktop. If it crashes because it has memory leaks, and it does have memory leaks. So if it crashes on you in the middle of your work, would you call that a minor inconvenience or a major deal breaker? You tell me, it's up to you. I'm not making a decision here. They broken the boot up. Would you like to root into the newly created installation and perform post-installation configuration? We have no clue what that is, so let's just press no. You may reboot when ready. Reboot. Okay, we're rebooting here. Full screen. There we go. The resolution of this entire monitor is 1280 by 1024. Password. I've never had Arch crash on me. I didn't say Arch, I said Cosmic. Oli Studio 9 minutes, right? Okay, let's say under 10 minutes to install Arch Linux and boot into desktop. If I really wanted to race against time, I could have squeezed it below 7 for sure, because I would just pick a desktop environment without thinking about it. When will Cosmic be ready for daily driver use? I don't know. You should ask the developers. No browser selected. Let's install a browser. Password. Still needs lots of prior knowledge and lots of reading, like installing software. Yeah. Do we have a browser now? Now it works. How to install Arch. Actually, let's go to search brave.com. How to install Arch Linux after installing Arch Linux. Let's see if the bot can handle this question. Arch Linux post-installation tasks. Update the system. Pacman. Install core package tools. Nano Git. So Git is the core package tool according to this bot. Configure pacman and mirror list. Set up a firewall. I was actually trying to fool the bot with this question. LPH. Oh, alpha, beta, gamma. Hi. Hello. AI kills the soul of many things, in my opinion. AI doesn't have a soul, so. At least not the today's large language models pretending to be AIs. Install fonts and dictionaries, desktop environment, multimedia, update microcode, customize desktop. Is this the minimize button? Uh, 10 people left the stream after the Arch installation was finished, so I suppose that the entire stream is no longer interesting. But what do you say about PewDiePie? Are you going to watch any of his newer videos? I wonder if he's going to make any new Linux videos. No Arch installation is finished without fast fetch. Let's see if it's preloaded. Fast fetch, it's not. Optional dependencies for fast fetch. That's quite some dependencies. There we go. Maybe NeoFetch. Maybe we can make a new one. Like a fifth fetch application. true XFCA is all looking. I think you can customize it a little bit. I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't mind the way it looks. It's fine. Depends, I suppose, how much you want to rise it up. I'm perfectly fine with this. You can swap out the whatever they call it with, for example, plank. Let's do the plank. Plank. 3 gigs is not much for an XFCA installation. I expected less. Panel references. Mode. Appearance. Items. Horizontal. Desk bar. Oh crap, what is this? Vertical. This is a bit odd. Intelligently. Never. Always. Horizontal. Close. Will it hide? Okay. Let's do the plank again. There was an animation with plank which would simulate the macOS behavior, you know, when the icons blow up and deflate again. But apparently Apple told the plank developer to remove that. So I think you can only get this effect if you compile the source on your own. It's very erect and proud. Which is it? There is a minus button at the top. I'm wondering, how can I get the configuration for plank? Firefox. Terminal preferences. Where do I touch plank? Oh, there it is, on the last pixel. What distro should I try? Arch, Pop, Mint, or OpenMandriva? Well, Pop OS, the last stable one, is based on a 3 years old Ubuntu, so you should skip that one, at least until the Pop OS based on Ubuntu 24 is fully released, and then try that one. Arch, if you have a reason to try Arch, try it. Mint is pretty good, both of them, the Ubuntu based and Debian based. I prefer the Debian based one, but the care that the Mint team invests into their own cinnamon default configuration on Mint is really nice. Really nice. I think you're going to have nice experience with the LMDE. Go for Debian. Isn't Ubuntu also Debian based? Theme. Transparent. Oh, that's just the bottom. GTK. Default. Position bottom. Alignment. Icon zoom. Oh, it works. I thought that they are no longer allowed to give us this effect. Behavior. Hide doc IntelliHide. I like IntelliHide. Passion is soul, for example. Okay. Hide delay, show unpinned, restrict to workplace, doclets, battery. Can we add a battery? We don't have a battery, sorry. CPU monitor, clock, trash, applications, CPU 12%. I'm gonna tame the bot next time to do less spam, but it's posting on both the YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so it looks a bit spammy on the on here. I used Fedora server recently, very nice. Applications is not running, launching anything for all media player. Oh, that one is installed. Mousepad. Mousepad? Really? It's called mousepad? That's convenient for Xfce editor. Pigeon, yo, man. I used for, okay. Which distro is this? Looks cool. That's just Arch Linux that I installed in 9 minutes. With Xfce desktop. It's the same everywhere, yeah, pretty much. I don't remember any distro customizing it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. I don't really want to. If he starts making Linux content, then I will, but he doesn't have any content that it would interest me. Ubuntu does. It customizes the looks. I never tried Ubuntu. Zenwalk had some customization. Okay. PewDiePie. Let's see what this man publishes, except Linux videos. Don't know if it's still alive. Cycle across Japan. The world's strongest family. Oh, he has cat ears. That's why he has 110 million followers. If I put cat ears on here, I guarantee I'm gonna get 10,000 followers, like, immediately. Or minus. But yeah, I just noticed, like 4 years ago. What is this? 3 weeks ago? This is not sorted. Why is it not sorted? Sort by upload date. What's wrong with YouTube? I don't want shorts. Filters. Type video. Open his channel. Okay, I'm stupid. Cycle across Japan. Install Linux 1 month ago. 1 month. So he's not retired. Who said he's retired? I use a filter to block shorts. Ah, it's fine. I have shorts as well. You can go watch my shorts. 30-day dream challenge. We finally decided on something. Why did I play this? First PC build. That could be interesting. I said I'd never return here. I found my wife's meme folder. Browser extension to remove. Yeah, I understood. Built a PC has the first snippet of Linux. Yeah, our family is growing. Giving you guys a chance. This month was tough on us. Podcasts have gone too far. I was wrong. I'm not getting anything from these titles. Literally, I have no clue what these videos are about. None of them. Is Switzerland the real place? No, definitely not. I will not apologize for my crimes. Maybe. I don't know how he gets new subscribers. Like, none of these videos tell me anything. What are they about? He's just posting like a blog nowadays. Ah, okay.
Gamer PC! I am going to build a gamer PC. How dare I call myself a gamer without doing this before? I've never built a gamer
Used to
PC
have Let's
before
Plays.
because I keep getting them for free. I know, it's a weird problem to have. Linus gave me PC, companies gave me PC. When am I supposed to build a PC? That changes today. Building a PC is super easy. Even a baby can do it. Ah!
Looks all bent.
I dropped it.
He was an original YouTuber. Oh, okay, okay.
Panda's supposed to do this. Oishi. Is it good? No more food until the PC is done. Hello and welcome to a slightly different angle.
How's the mic?
We're gonna start off with the motherboard.
Internet historian is
the
worth
Mac.
subbing to. He only posts once every 6 months, but the videos are gold.
Oh, it doesn't actually say boom.
Gonna be upgrade.
Peel.
Healing, okay. I'm gonna
bent.
scrub through this one.
This can't be right.
So the first thing I noticed is that he uses electric screwdriver. That's lame.
Okay. 2 to 3 hours. These days about protecting this guy. It's full of stuff. It blocks. But it's
I open. And just put in.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Yeah, we got the arrow there to indicate. And then, oh. Oh. This comes out. Nice. Next up, RAM, which I don't need. I'm just gonna download it. But in case I'm getting backup RAM. This way? Is it the other way?
That's fun.
Okay. Actually, there was very little force to that. It doesn't lock though. That's not good. What the heck?
Nah, I'm just flexing.
Thank you. You think you're so funny. Mine said points up and down. Oh, it's nice too. Put it in. Okay. Cool. A lot more screws than I thought.
I actually noticed that modern Android phones are being marketed as having like 16 gigabytes of RAM plus 12 gigabytes more. Like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? It's swap, I know, but they are selling 12 gigabytes of swap as a paid feature. Like literally in the marketing, you can see a new phone having
Okay, I think now is a good time. Hello, you're awkwardly behind
swap
me.
inflation.
To put in these. I don't know if there's a reason. Is that it's looking pretty good so far. Feel
I'll
pretty
go full
confident.
AMD with my
Feel
new
pretty
PC,
good.
that's for sure.
You're gonna die.
Is that like a regular
done.
swap? Yeah.
You're done.
I mean, modern phones use SSDs, and what I was going to say, the Android is Linux, right? So it's swap.
What? Huh. A million. Surely I shouldn't. I'm a second guess. It's screws for the. I
Yeah, I don't feel like watching this. It's just another build a PC video. I built like 1,000 PCs in my life. So it's no longer interesting. I mean, I worked in a company as how do you call them in English? Like a service guy, you know, who builds and repairs PCs. So I'm kind of had enough of that. I think I never had a pre-built PC in my life. Every one I had in my life was built by me, and it's not a flex. It's just how it turns out cheaper, right? So it doesn't make sense to buy a pre-built one. But today in my office, one of my colleagues was installing some software on a like a pre-built, not a pre-built, but like a branded Lenovo PC. He was installing some software for one of our customers, and I was like, "Whoa! Like this really looks nice." It was a Lenovo Legion. Actually, I don't need headphones anymore. It was Lenovo Legion PC. It was kind of small. It had a dark window on it. The motherboard felt like it's a laptop motherboard because it had a laptop RAM and it wasn't vertical. The RAM was slotted in like on a laptop, and also the CPU is placed where CPU usually is, but it only had a small metal plate and heat pipes going into the back where the cooler of the PC CPU was sitting at the rear exhaust hole. So basically the CPU cooler was displaced on the rear end, and there was a lot of room in the middle. That looked awesome to me. Lenovo ITX form factor, it could be, I don't know. I didn't ask which model was it, but I liked it so much that I'm now actually considering buying my very first ever like a branded PC. I don't need it right now, but like for my next one, it looks that good, like very minimalist. Lenovo Legion PC. I have no clue what the name is, but maybe I can find it here. It looks something like this. It looks something like this, but this one has cooler in the middle. The one I had in the office today had a CPU cooler completely displaced to the back, so it wasn't above the CPU but displaced. If you know which model is that, you can help me out find it faster. It was an air cooler, not water cooler. None of these pictures fit the description. Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 8. Let's see which year is this. Five I. What is 5i? Why are we even in Japan? Picture, no, that's not the right picture. It's super convenient. Maybe the new Slimbook. I'm just reading the chat. I can't find any picture matching what I saw in real life. This one is water cooled, I think. Really sounds like the tiny builds. It's not tiny. It felt like a mini PC, you know, like slightly smaller than the regular PC that you would get nowadays. Lenovo Legion PC 25 lineup. Let's see. Reject lineup. What is this? Video? Where are the PCs? Those are just laptops. There are no PCs here. Okay. Whatever, web page. Lenovo Legion. Impossible. Desktops. Gaming. Whoop. No, not that one. Not that one. Sort by best selling. Actually need a new CPU. I don't need a new CPU. Watching your stream is pushing me towards Amazon. Don't click on Amazon. I'm actually not buying anything. I'm just dreaming about getting a new PC that I don't need. So these few here do not match what I saw. The best thing the best thing that kind of drew me in to this Legion PC today was displaced cooler, nothing else. Everything else was nice, but displaced cooler was so awesome. Google Legion Cube. No, it looked like this one. It looked like this one here. See, like this one, but it had two fans at the front. Basically more like this one. Legion Cube. Nah. No. No, not Legion Cube. Legion PC. So literally this PC here. Literally this case. But what impressed me the most was displaced cooler, which I can't find anywhere on DuckDuckGo or the Lenovo website. I'm going to try to explain what I saw. Open PC gaming CPU something, whatever. Okay, let's find some image. What the hell is this? McLaren? Why is it not showing me a normal PC? I need a normal PC build. Normal PC build. That's what I need. Okay, let's take this one, whatever this is. So this was a car engine or open frame case. Okay, so all of you know where the CPU is. It's below this cooler here. It's literally below this cooler. The RAM is in most cases on the right side. On the left side, usually you have the what do you call them? The power. Forgot the word in English. The thing that regulates power on the motherboard. A lot of it usually has a little bit of a cooler on the left side. I just know the English words, but whatever. The CPU is on the middle here. Net controller? Nah. On the left side of the CPU, you usually have caps, capacitors that make up the power regulator, and the word in English for the thing is it's I/O and I/O shield. VRM power controller, yeah, VRM. That's the word I was looking for, VRM. So VRM is on the left, and to the left of the VRM you have the exhaust fan on the back. You have the exhaust fan on the back, right, below my mouse here. But the Legion PC that I saw today had the CPU cooler here, literally here. You see the green fan. So there was no green fan here at all, but the CPU cooler was displaced here, literally here. That's what I liked. There was nothing on the CPU except for a small piece of metal, really flat, and like four heat pipes. Remember when the PSU was on the top back in the day? Yeah, I do. Clara is asking, maybe 120 AIO water cooler? No, it was an air cooler. It was an air cooler like you get in the laptop. When you open up the laptop, you never have a CPU cooler on the CPU. It's always displaced a little bit because laptops are thin and there is no room on top of the CPU for nothing except for the heat head, if you will, and then you have heat pipes which go to the cooler assembly, right? Usually you have to. Have you seen the new fanless cases? I don't care about that, but we can Google it. Copper plate with pipes. Maybe I can Google it or DuckDuckGo it with some words. Lenovo Legion PC heat pipe displaced air cooler. Let's see images here. Basically, it was something like this. It was something like this, but rotated by 90 degrees. So so it just had a fan on it that blows through the CPU cooler and out of the case. So you can bend those pipes. Now I'm just saying how the Legion PC was built out of the factory. For AIO, you do need a cooler, but if you have a really good air cooler, sometimes you don't need a fan, depending on how much heat your CPU produces. For the modern CPU, you're going to have a fan. I'm so puzzled about not being able to find this Legion that I saw literally in real life. I'm gonna have to see in the office which model is that. This is water cooling. That's not what I want. You use Kitty? Yeah. Northern Chimp can't stay, so good night. Well, it's almost midnight here, so I have to go as well. Sachmo. 5 minuta. Maybe less. Još 5 minuta pa ćemo pogasiti. Phosphase says thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out. That's the new Linux user here. 5 minutes and then power off. Yeah. Iceblade says bye-bye. Bye-bye, Iceblade. It's the table dog. New Linux user, yes, exactly. Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Pigeon says, I saw your channel name and thought you're a hardcore user. Maybe I am a hardcore user. Seems to be a little camera shy. Could be. You might want to check hide projects since you're on Arch. I'm probably going to check out everything sooner or later. Trebaš vode? So I'm subbed. See you around, brother. Thank you very much. The doggo name is Laika. I can't type now, but maybe maybe Alexei can type her name. Laika, yes, yes. It's just not. I can only do that in Russian. Yeah, correct. The way Alexei wrote it is correct. Because we named it after the Russian Laika dog. So Oli, you did write it correctly, but the way that the way that Alexei wrote it was the way that it should be written. You don't think you can pronounce it? Of course you can, just like the one which went to space, yes. The space dog. Thank you, Oli. Haydi. DCG. Bravo. It's Lai plus Kach. I have no idea. I don't know. Sorry for the camera. If you can hear me say Laika, then it is what it is. Maybe I can show you. This like wiki. So if you go here, not that Laika. That one. Here. Maybe this can help in reading. Does this help? Yep, thanks. Okay, thank you very much for hanging out. If you are interested in checking out some Linux learning sessions live on YouTube, you can join us on Sunday. Every Sunday, we are learning about. The dog is gone. We are learning about Linux. A lot of terminal commands, a little bit of regular expressions. Next time we're doing Vim editor and stuff like that. So I'm going to drop an announcement for the live stream for the coming Sunday. So you can click like notify me or something like that. If you promise you'll check Heidi, I'll be here all the time. I can check it out now. Heidi. Or maybe Linux Heidi project for minimal Arch Linux install. Okay, I'm gonna read it offline. Yeah, join us on Sunday on the next live stream, and I'm gonna see you in the next video, right? Good night, everyone.